Hey legends, I'm Erica. I'm still talking about super yachts. Not even sorry. So how's everyone doing today? Let's have a little check-in. Today it's a bit of a serious one today. It's a Dock Walk article from 2024. I think I wrote this one after I did one on women in the wheelhouse, talking about female captains and whatnot. So this article is called How to Challenge Sexist Opinions in the Workplace. So if you're ready, then let's crack on, shall we? Now, it's great celebrating the successes of those women in our industry who've managed to overcome gender stereotypes, but it's worth remembering it's not an easy thing to achieve. All of the women I've spoken to have encountered at least one negative environment where they had to confront sexist views. So let's take a look at some recommendations and advice on how best to tackle this situation when you encounter it on board a yacht. Now, challenging sexist opinions in any workplace can be a delicate and a complex task. In the sometimes rather old-fashioned super yacht industry, with its gender-typical roles, men on deck, women on the interior, still at the forefront, it's usually even harder, but it is essential for fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. So let's go with some effective strategies to address and challenge sexism on board. So firstly, maintain your composure. Respond calmly and professionally. Do your best to avoid getting visibly angry or emotional, as this can sometimes escalate the situation or lead to your concerns being just completely dismissed. And yes, they'll hold any emotional response against you. So before you react, take a moment, breathe, compose yourself, and then move forward with your response. Or just walk away and come back to it later. Frame your responses with I statements to express how the behaviour or comment affects you personally. For example, I felt uncomfortable when that comment was made because it seemed dismissive of women's contributions. Now, in a corporate environment, people are encouraged to educate their co-workers by providing facts and statistics and to use data to challenge sexist opinions. Facts about gender diversity benefits and the performance of inclusive teams can be compelling, but honestly, we don't have too much readily available in the yachting industry yet, so this could be a bit of a pointless exercise. So instead of using statistics or data, you could try gently reminding the offending person of all the benefits having women in the workplace brings. If the interior crew went on strike, the operation of the boat would fall to bits. Without the female crew, you can bet that charter would fail. And that means no tips for you. Hit them where it hurts, in the wallet. If they're not getting the point and you need to get more serious, then refer to the yacht's diversity and inclusion policies. Remind colleagues of the importance of adhering to these guidelines. Now, find support and seek allies. Identify fellow crew who share your views on gender equality. Having others around with the same view can amplify your voice and provide validation. You may be able to address the behaviour directly, but be careful. If you feel the other person is going to react aggressively, then it might be worth just skipping them, escalating it, and having the conversation in front of a head of department. It doesn't have to be the head of your department either. You know, if you're a deckhand and it's your chief officer giving you the issues, you might want to go to the captain or the chief stewardess for support in how to address this. It's important to nip this behaviour in the bud by speaking up immediately, but only if you feel safe to do so. Address the sexist remark or behaviour as soon as it occurs. Immediate responses can prevent normalisation of this behaviour. In some cases, a simple "that's a sexist" comment could be enough to stop it dead in its tracks. Do be specific when necessary and clearly explain why the comment or action was inappropriate. Specific feedback helps the person understand the issue. Try not to be patronising though. Even if they are, you don't have to be that way. If you don't feel safe or happy to confront the person, then report it to a head of department or a captain. It's a good idea to also document everything. Keep a record of any incidents, including dates, times, witnesses, and how you responded. Now, here's a point for the HODs and captain. Advocate for training. You should have a policy in place, so it's good to remind the crew of this and that sexism won't be tolerated. Bring it up on a team meeting on a Monday morning, for example. Plus, you must lead by example. You have junior crew looking up to you and they will emulate the behaviour they see. Encourage open communication within the crew, so discussions on diversity and being respectful at work are encouraged. And also urge active listening. Let people express themselves without judgment and work together to understand different perspectives. And if you're a witness to someone being targeted, then offer your support. Be an ally, validate their feelings, let them know they're not alone. Stand in solidarity with them and speak up. This could stop it happening again. If it doesn't, you can back them up if they need to report it. I mean, honestly, it could just be as simple as, hey, that's not cool, mate, to nip it in the bud. Change won't happen overnight. There are a lot of old school thinkers in this world, so do stay persistent. Don't be disappointed if the shift takes a while. Hang in there, as every small step contributes to a larger cultural shift. Now, later on at some point, I am going to do some videos on bullying and harassment, sexual harassment and sexual assault, but I've got to put myself in the right headspace to present those. Which I hope you understand, but they are coming, they are on the list. And all of this stuff, it's all in my book. There's full chapters on all of this, so if you want to, get ahead of the game, you can read all the good stuff that I've written already. It's available on Amazon. And in the meantime, look out for each other, be an ally, stand up for each other, and don't take any crap from bullies. You're better than that. Please feel free to drop me some comments, like, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.